Hello out there in YouTube land. Tonight is a special bonus episode for my upcoming playthrough of The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, which I'm going to be doing again with improved routing. But there's one thing that I sort of need to step out of the episodes in order to do, and that is to show how you would do Ice Palace early. So let's get started. Alright, so I've got a save of spoilers, finishing Ice Palace, and then I've got a save for just before Ice Palace. So let's jump into that, and we'll start at the mountain cave. I think the wizard connected the two worlds somewhere around the castle. All I can do for you now is to comfort your weariness. Come back here anytime. Alright. So we'll step outside. See all the friendly creatures of death. Let's get out of here. Alright, and I want to go to number 8. And we'll go for a swim. Okay, I'll watch out for that guy, but we'll just go into our pause menu here. So the only dungeons that you have to complete before doing Ice Palace, and by complete I mean, getting the dungeon item out of them, is Palace of Darkness to get the hammer, and that will enable you to do number 4, and you'll get the gold Titan's mitts there you can see on the bottom. So you need those two. Once you got those, and presumably also the flippers, which you can get for 500 rupees, plus the power gloves, which you would have already had, then, you can come here, and you also need bombos, which you can get just by having the Master Sword and the Book of Medora, and just mirroring from the sort of the Dark World equivalent of where you get the turn in the purple chest to the thief. So I'm trying to get that guy, because he can steal your shield, and let's go in now. So the items that we're missing here, which is because this is normally the 5th dungeon, so we don't have, of course we don't have the Cane of Samaria, which would be there, but you get that from Dungeon 6, which would make this easier, but we also don't have the firerod from Dungeon 3, and we don't have the hookshot from Dungeon 2, but you don't need any of these items, so we're going to go in and do it now. It's just that the way that you do Ice Palace changes a bit depending on the items you have, so that's why I'm doing this special run-in sort of outside of the routing that I'm going to show when I actually do this playthrough for real. The magic flames will protect you inside this icy dungeon. And so you have 2 choices. You have the fire rod, which we don't have, but you also have bombos. And my notes just hit the ground, so let's see how well I can remember. I just practiced a little while ago. I like these guys, they're not too hard, and they drop hearts sometimes. Okay, these guys are a pain in the neck, so I'm just gonna sit in the doorway. And just abuse sword beams all day. Ooh, got some magic. You found the compass. Now you can pinpoint the lair of the dungeon's evil master. And this is a very, very deep dungeon. In fact, I think the routing for this dungeon is significantly the most confusing in the game. And it even changes depending on what items you have. So yeah, it's pretty epic. So yeah, strictly speaking, you don't have to kill those guys, but, you know, they're gonna cause trouble. So not much we can do in here yet, so we'll come back to that room later. Sweet. I can never hit those things. So that was pretty swag that I got that just then. Now, I'm a little worried about, you know, making the crystal switches go back to blue again because of the proximity of the bomb. In fact, I even put the bomb quite close to the crystal switch in case, just in case to maybe show that off. But so yeah, don't get too far. Don't go behind the crystal switches is what I'm trying to say. But of course, you have to balance that with being too close to the bombs. So, you know, stuff. Ouch. Now there'll be a popular trick here is to do a bomb jump or to hover, and I don't do either of those things. This is just a standard vanilla playthrough for casual players, so we're not doing that. But you can get around that. What I'm trying to say is it's possible to get around that with the switch being up, with the red stick being up. You can get by. It's very hard though, unless you know what you're doing. It's a very useful trick. You'll see it all the time in Randomizer, because it can really save a lot of time in this dungeon. But again, we're targeting this at casual players. So, you can go left or straight here. So I'll just show you what this left room looks like. We're going to go straight for now, just to make sure that we cover every room of the dungeon, if not for any other reason. Will, do not use all your magic powder if you do not... Correction. Will, do not use all your magic power if you do not possess the medicine of magic. Now, get ready to go into the depths of this dungeon. Okay, so see that room there to the right? Don't go in there unless you have the hookshot, because if you don't have the hookshot that you got from Dungeon 2, and we didn't because we're doing this the third dungeon, then you're stuck there, and you'll have to use your mirror to get out, because the door will close behind you, and then there's a gap that you have to hookshot across. I mean, I suppose you could also bomb jump or hover like you could have done in that room with the switch earlier, but, you know, that's kind of hard. So, yeah, don't go in there if you don't have the hookshot. Okay, I'm trying to get this magic. I guess I didn't need that. Oh, come on, there we go. Alright, so we're going to fall down here. There's the big key door, and there was a big chest back there, but we can't do anything with either of those. We do want that key. Just take it easy in here. Two for one. Alright, we're fully loaded, fully charged. And yeah, I did also get pretty much all the overworld items and heart pieces and things that you would need. I don't really need to bomb those here, do I? So I have the most hearts that you could have if you're doing Ice Palace early. As early as this. Alright, so we're basically out of options now. So what we're going to do is warp back to the beginning. But now, this time, we have a key in hand. So yeah, you wouldn't do this to save time. In fact, I don't even know why you would do this. Really, I mean, because if you can beat Dungeon 5, you can also beat Dungeon 6. So you would go, 99 times out of 100, you'd go beat Dungeon 6 first. Because that would make this dungeon dramatically easier. And you'd probably also beat 2 first. I'm still debating what order to do the dungeons in for my playthrough. I might just do the intended order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's kind of boring, but... Oh, but it's also so tempting to do 6 before 5. Especially because I'm showing it here how to do it without the item from 6, and also without the item from 2, so, you know. So I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, going to do 4 right after 1 is really good, because 4 is not really that technically demanding, and you can get, you can get the Titan's mitts there, the gold mitts. You can also, it leads to it leads to getting this tempered sword, the first upgrade from the Master Sword, which is really handy. It's a significant upgrade. Okay, see, that's what I wanted to... Okay, that didn't work. Okay. That's not... Well, so I showed off something there, but what I wanted to show off. This game isn't really designed for you to stand on the crystal switches, but in Link's Awakening, they make it more integral. They actually expect you to stand and walk along top of the crystal switches. I should say crystal switch blocks. I mean, really, the crystal switches are the switches, like this. So, I don't know. Please forgive me. I guess the nice thing about mirroring out is that all the pots and everything reset. If I were running low on magic, ether would be a possibility, and then I could go, they'd be frozen, and then I could go bang them with the hammer, and possibly one of them would drop a full magic refill, which would be nice. Okay, so just briefly here, we're just going to take a peek downstairs. You don't have to do this, but we're just going to complete our map. And there you go, this was the room I told you not to go into. So this room is on the right of the big tall room. So yeah, don't go in from that other direction if you don't have the hookshot. Okay, and well, here you've got a few options. Use magic cape, cane of Burna. I mean, they're not required. You can just YOLO it across there. And we'll pick up that chest in a minute. Ouch. That wasn't the most well thought out thing I've ever done. I mean, it's up there. You got the map! You can use it to see your current position in the rest of the dungeon. Press X. That's where we started. Everything covered. A little bit on the right there we need to go into. A little bit on the 5th, 6th, and 7th we still have to do. Big key! You got the big key. This is the master key of the dungeon. It can open many locks that small keys cannot. So you could go back that way, but we're gonna go down this way. And that would just lead you back to that crazy green penguin room. There's no need for us to deal with that again. Now the big difference, like the Cane of Burna and the Magic Cape, they serve very similar purposes. The Magic Cape makes you invincible, and invisible. The Cane of Burna makes you invincible, and then you also get that, you saw that circle of light around you. That actually can damage enemies. It actually works as a weapon. So that's the distinction. And they also, the Cane of Burna costs more to activate, but costs less to keep going. And the Magic Cape costs less to activate, but burns more as it keeps going. So, I don't know. Pick the right one for the right situation. I suppose I would describe all that in the actual playthrough that I'm gonna do. Just gonna dash here. Alright, now there's 2 guys in walls here. Now you don't have to do this, but this is, as you'll see. Okay, so here's a chest that a lot of people who are playing randomizer for the first time are likely to miss. So, I mean, and in randomizer, you know, that can be like pretty much any item. So it could be something that you really need stuck in that chest. You found the blue mail. This armor reduces the damage that you take from enemies. Yeah, you might have seen that other save file, my characters looked a bit different. Because they've had mail upgrades. Okay, so we're gonna go up here now. See if we can powder this guy. Ouch. These guys take away magic when you run into them too, so it's important to not get bodied by them too much. Okay, so you can see there's a switch here, but we have nothing to hold it down. So we're gonna go flick this switch. I don't know if there's any magic in here or not. A little magic would be nice. There we go. I also have the half magic upgrade, which requires the hammer, which you got in Dungeon 1. Okay, now if you want, you can... I suppose we'll do it anyway, just for the sake of completion. Drop down these holes. And come to a fairy room. But we're all our bottles are full, so we're not going to worry about catching fairies. Yeah, all our bottles are full, right? Yeah. Okay, so you could push those blocks, but they're not going to do you any good. And you'll see why in a bit. So we could have waited. We could have warped a couple rooms earlier and just made that last little trip now, but doesn't really matter. I kind of wanted to show sort of, you know, being out of options. Okay, I don't think... Yeah, I think it's this one. I think you gotta push that one in and fall down behind it. And that ends up here. And these blocks you can only push once. So that's why you have to push that block from that side. And I don't think there's anything... I think this is just a trap. Yep, there we go. The things I do for completion. Completion's sake. Alright. We got everything completed. Sure that's a full clear. Down we go! Okay, so this guy takes either like full of all of your magic worth of fire rod shots, or a single casting of bombos. So I recommend you get bombos in any case before you come here, even if you already have the fire rod. Okay, so these guys, falling pieces of ice hit hard. I wonder if these guys are vulnerable to the ice rod. That would be kind of interesting. Let's try that. No. Totally not. As you would... Uh-oh. So yeah, no, I totally meant to do that to, you know, show you what happens when you run out of hearts with fairies in your bottles. Alright.
Will, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. They say the Hylia people controlled mysterious powers, as did the 7 wise men. But the blood of the Hylia has become thin over time. We who carry the blood of the 7 wise men do not possess strong power anymore either. Our powers will increase if we mix the courage of the knights with the wisdom of the wise men. Only a short time remains until the gate at the castle linking the worlds opens completely. If you defeat Ganon, this world will vanish and the Triforce will wait for a new holder. I believe in you. Good luck. Do you understand?
Yes, of course.
May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce.
Okay, and watch out, that guy's still there, waiting to take your shield. So you want to... You're back to the light world ASAP. Hey, buddy. And flute to your next destination, which would probably, if you were pressing to do 5, you'd probably want to go do 6 next. I mean, again, I don't even know why you would do the Ice Palace early, but it's possible, and so I've shown you, and that's all for tonight. Thanks for watching.